Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2 in the Premier League. Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV, everyone. My name's Alex. I'm outside Stamford Bridge with Lewis, Carefree Lewis G. How are you feeling, mate?
We bowled it. Simple as, no ifs, no buts, no maybes, no we dominated, we played a lot better. Great, we did. The only positive I get from this game is I feel a little bit more confident for the Brentford game coming up. But that's about it. That's it. We were crap for the last 20 minutes at the very least. And that's the difference when you're playing a team at the top level like Arsenal. You cannot afford to fall asleep at any point. And that's exactly what we did. We always seem to have this habit, like, regardless of whether we win or whether we lose, whether we draw, we don't have a consistent 90 minutes. We never do. Either starts well and it falls off, or it starts poorly and then we grow into the game a little bit. But we never take full control over the full 90. And it's because of silly individual mistakes like the ones we had today. We had this game for the fucking taking for a good 70, 75 minutes. And then one stupid pass from Robert Sanchez and it fucks the whole thing up. And we were looking a little bit sloppy in that regard throughout the game. It's just because we're winning, you're going to have that sort of thing against a team like Arsenal. You'll kind of just take it on the chin, especially when you're winning, when you're 2-0 up. You're not going to talk about those sorts of things. But really and truly, like, it was a little bit shaky playing out the back. Sanchez was just hoofing it for the most part. And then we invite pressure, we give away a silly goal, we fall asleep on the back post for the second one. It's just demoralising. It's so fucking demoralising because I said so much this week about making a statement, about playing good throughout the full 90, leaving this game with something.
We left with a point.
I don't care, bro. We got to a point where we were 2-0 up. We should have been leaving with the 3 points. It gets to a point like, you can say we're the underdogs going into this game, but when you're 2-0 up with 15 minutes left of the game, you need to be seeing it out. We didn't do it. We bottled it. We threw the game away. Arsenal are now leaving there thinking like they got away with murder because they did. They didn't play well and they still got a point. The one thing I say about these bastards every single week, they're resilient. They are very, very fucking resilient and you can't fall asleep. And what did we fucking do again? We fell asleep. Bullshit. Same shit every week.
I think that's a little bit harsh, mate, but let's just touch on what...
This is the level we have to be at. We want to be where the Arsenals are at. We want to be where the Cities are at. So you need a mentality to stick on it for 90 minutes.
Of course, but can we not agree it's better than what we've seen?
Low bar. We had better in the Burnley and Fulham games. And we won those games so we can flex them. Why are we trying to cope with a draw? Why are we doing this? This is what rival fans will sit there and say, copium. No, we bottled this game. Let's call it what it is. At the very least, the only positive I'm giving you is that I feel more confident for the Brentford game. That's it. This is 2 points dropped. No matter what way you want to sugarcoat it, we have dropped the ball here. And that's it. We've dropped enough points at the start of the season that we can't afford to be dropping points at a point where we're 2-0 up against a team like Arsenal who were probably going to lose that game anyway. We've bottled it. Simple as that.
So we put in the majority of the blame on Sanchez. Is there anyone else that comes into it?
I mean, Gusto fell asleep for the second goal. He had a good performance in spite of that. But the domino effect is a Sanchez error. It all comes from there. Until that exact moment, we had the game in our hands. That one moment gave Arsenal the momentum and they built on it. And to be honest, we fell back a little bit. We lost a bit of confidence because now the lead's been halved. And then they get a second one, they see out. That's just good mentality. That's what happens when you're at the top of the table. That's why I'm not accepting it, because that's where we want to be. So why are we sitting there saying, it's okay, we drew, we're all right for 70 minutes? Fuck that. It's about results. Especially when you get 5 points out of your first 5 games. It's about results now. We bottled this game. We should have done better over the full 90. Granted, we could have had chances to score. Jackson, we shouldn't have brought him on. The guy was injured. We didn't start him for a clear reason. We would have wanted to start him, but because of injury issues, we didn't. Why did we bring him off the bench? We didn't really need to make any changes in the attack. We were doing our job there. Limited opportunities, but we were testing the goalkeeper every single time. Why change it?
It was a weird one as well, because we took off Mudryk and Madueke came on and took on the left-hand side, and he wasn't great when he came on. We were giving the ball away. It's just little things like having a presence when you counter. I felt like in the first half, every time we got the ball, we were going to do something.
Just slow the ball down in the final phase of the game and play short, pragmatic passing. I thought that was the idea. And it looked like that's what we were doing from the first goal. I've said I don't mind the pragmatic football when you're playing teams better than us. That is fine. Do that all you want, especially when we're winning. But then why does Sanchez try this stupid little hope ball into Conor Gallagher or whoever was by the halfway line? That ball literally skimmed through Enzo Fernandez, who was in a better position. Why didn't you go for him instead? Play the short, safe pass. We're trying to maintain possession. It's just stupid game management. Sanchez has just lost a lot of fucking credit in the bank with that one. Because that game was there for the taking, and it's his error that fucked it up. I'm not blaming Poch. I'm not blaming a lot of the players. I'm blaming Robert Sanchez for that error. His error fucked the game up. It was a domino effect from that moment. Now it's up to Poch whether he plays him in the next match, if he benches him or starts Petrovic. I don't care. But Sanchez can't be doing this shit. Like, we've seen it before. I know it's like, I can't say he's been crap all season. He's had good games for us too. I'm not going to be reactionary like that. But we've seen it before where his distribution lets him down. Let's not forget the Brighton first half where he literally forgot he left Brighton 2 months ago. He needs to be doing better. You are at Chelsea now. It's not meant to be this mid-table mindset. We should be going into games like this, and if we're in the lead, we are holding it and we're seeing now. We were the better team for 75 minutes. I should be here gassed. I should be here praising all the players who balled out. Gusto before the mistake. Cucurella, who had Saka in his pocket. How the fuck did Saka win man of the match? He did nothing the whole fucking game. Makes no sense to me. Gallagher, brilliant. Caicedo, brilliant. Enzo, brilliant. Palmer, Sterling, all did their jobs. I can't talk about it now because we bowled it. The team bottled it. And it's as simple as that. We need to be getting more wins on the board. We can't be accepting draws.
So you think even if the performances are good, if the result's not there, we just have to call it out?
Bro, if it was a case of like we played well and like we came back from 1-0 down, I would have been like, cool, like we showed a little bit of resiliency, that's fine. We were 2-0 up with 15 minutes left. We have bottled this. It's different context. We had the game in the palm of our hands. We were playing controlling football. We were sourcing through Arsenal at some points in that second half. And then we just threw it away. Like that. All that goodwill, all that praise, straight out the window. Because we're not celebrating draws. We sat here and mocked Arsenal in 2020 for doing the exact same thing. I'm not about to do that now and say, oh, at least we drew against Arsenal.
That's not celebrating, Lewis. That's just being satisfied with a point.
I'm not satisfied. We were 2-0 up. What's there to be satisfied about? We literally threw the game away, brother. What is there to be satisfied about? If we do that, we are lowering the standards of this football club. No. Literally right now.
I agree with what you're saying, but I'm just speaking from the perspective of before the game, anyone would have taken a point, irrespective of whether...
Before the game, I wanted to win.
You felt like we should have won?
I wanted to win. We have 5 points in our last 5. We're mid-table. I'm not going into this game like, yeah, let's take a draw, it's fine. If we take a draw against Arsenal, well, we'll take a draw against Tottenham. We'll take a draw against City. We'll take a draw against Newcastle. Then what? 4 draws, 4 points, and we've dropped, what, 8? Great. No, we have to win games. We've got to be winning. We had a winnable run and we fucked it up. Now we have to make the most of it now. We had it in the palm of our hands. We threw it away. We need to be real about it and we need to move to the next one. At the very least, I mean, we are playing a little bit better. No positives other than that. And like, we can't try and look at this game from a positive perspective because it's fucking copium. We have thrown this game away. We should be here gassed. We should be here cooking Arsenal fans because they came into this game talking about how confident they were and everything. And we should be saying we dominate them for 90 minutes. What are we saying now? We bottled it. Simple as that.
What would you do with Robert Sanchez if you were in Pochettino's shoes?
I'll be real, I couldn't give a shit about him right now after that game. You could start him and see if he improves on it. You could bench him and fine. Give Petrovic a 90-minute game. I don't care. It can't really be much worse. Go out there and have fun. But something needs to be done about that because now he's starting to make errors in more games. I need consistency at the back. What did we say with Kepa? What did you say with Mendy? The further back you go, the less mistakes you're allowed to make. Because the more mistakes you make, the more likely it's going to lead to a goal. Sanchez can't be doing this shit. He needs to be our safe guy at the back. Not the guy just hoofing the ball out into danger every 5 minutes. So, hey, decisions with Poch. Start him, bench him, don't care. But if he plays like that again and he costs us the match against Brentford, I need Petrovic in for the Tottenham game. and we'll just see what he does from there. Because we can't be affording these mistakes. Like, we can look again at the top level. Arsenal, Ramsdale, you could say he wasn't that bad for Arsenal, but they looked at him and they said we need to do better, and they brought in Raya. I'm looking at Sanchez, I'm saying, you're not that bad, but we might need to do a bit better. We'll have to see with time. I'm not going to be too reactionary on it, but he cost us this match, and it's as simple as that.
Let's try and finish on a positive. Mudryk, mate. I mean, I don't know if he tried to score the goal. I don't know if it was intentional or if it was just a cross, but it was a cracking finish. I'm just so happy to see him get his first goal in the Bridge, first goal in the Premier League as well. Just to finish off on a positive, mate.
I mean, I'm happy for him. It's just a shame it doesn't really mean much now with the result. Like, I thought a lot of players played well in this game. Like, we can touch on it a little bit. Cucurella had Saka in his back pocket. That's the second time at the Bridge he's done that. Gusto thought he was superb. To be honest, the whole back line the whole midfield was. The attack had limited opportunities, but they did the best they could with it. Jackson, I'm not going to rip him for the substitute appearance because the guy clearly isn't fit. Otherwise, he would have started. There's more of a question on Poch for bringing him off the bench, but I don't have energy for Poch after this game because, to be honest, he coached a win. He coached a win and the players let him down. I'll be very objective. Like, if it's Poch's fault, I'll say it's Poch's fault. It wasn't his fault today. He did the best he could to set us up to get a result. Sanchez let him down. So it's a shame to 90% of the players because they did have a good performance in this game. But really and truly, it don't mean a thing because we got a point out of it. They have to bring that performance to Brentford, hopefully stay consistent over a full 90 as a team, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll have something to celebrate about. Because right now, this feels like a loss. I don't care. It feels like a loss to me.